I mean, obviously, there's a fear of feeling alone and disconnected and abandoned. What brought you to the point where you stopped using drugs?
I'd lost everything, I'd had loved ones die at my feet, overdose. I'd had, like very close friends die in the same scenario. Lots of my friends were spending years and years in prison. Lots of my friends turned on me. Things just got really, really chaotic, and I was left alone at the end. So right at the end, it was just me and heroin and pharmaceuticals when I could get them because they made Xanax quite hard to get by that point. And like I remember, like I went to rehab and I'd been to rehab 17 times,
Yeah, a
attempted
lot.
re 17 times.
Mhm.
But I just hit this point of like I realized that the only thing left that can go is my life. Everything else has been ripped from me, and at that point, I intuitively knew that my trauma was what kept driving me back because I'd get clean for a week, a couple days, or however long, and then that fight, flight, freeze, that trauma would all kick up,
Mhm.
and I'd be walking to go score, to go use, and I'd be telling myself, I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be caught in that same cycle. It's going to do this. It's going to
Yeah,
do that. But my body would still be walking there.
right, right.
I lost the ability to choose.
Mhm,
I was being chosen, so to speak,
mhm.
by this pain. It was making the decision. Because the body was so hooked up at that point to seek relief from everything that was going on in there, and
Right.
it only knew one way to do it.
Unwind and yeah.
Yeah, and so that final point, I sort of hit a surrender, and like I realized, it was like a moment of clarity. We call it like a mini awakening or something. But it was like a moment where I became aware of what had happened. The rest of
Mhm.
the time, I'd been so delusional, so in denial of
Mhm.
happening.
Right.
Uh, and from that point, I decided, well, yeah, I'm going to work on my trauma. I'm going to have to. I've got no other option. And if this doesn't work, I'm just going to go. I literally said to myself, I'm just going to go out and use and resign to overdosing and dying. Like I was at that low of a rock bottom.
Right.
And so like I went and saw a trauma therapist, and I tried talk therapy for my trauma, and like it actually re-traumatized me every single time.
Yeah.
Um, so like talking about my trauma, I could feel myself just shutting down, becoming more and more triggered until the point I'd go to talk therapy that I'd be so shut down, I'd be telling the story and I'd be just numb,
And not really feeling anything.
not feeling anything. Yeah,
Right.
because my system knew it was re-traumatizing, so it shut down and just numbed.
Being dissociated. Yeah.
Yeah, completely dissociated.
Right.
And so I'd done that a lot, but so this time I decided, well, yeah, I'm going to try holistic methods. First time in my life I ever had something let go.
Um,
It was the first time in my whole life. Everything that had ever happened to me, I just pushed down.
yeah.
And
So you felt safe enough with this person that you were able to
I did.
feel it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Right.
not sure why.
Yeah.
I just did.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Mm. Mhm.
And I remember, as something would let go, it was sort of like I'd feel my body go back to, oh, like
Mhm.
calm and safe as something would let go. And it's like, oh, this is all I've been seeking.
Mhm.
You
And it's
know?
drug free.
Yeah, and it was drug free.
Hello, this is Lynn Fraser with the Kiloby Center Radical Recovery Summit. We are so excited to bring you the lineup for January 10th to 19th, 2020. Go to radicalrecoverysummit.com to see the new headliners for 2020 and to sign up. You can watch free January 10th to 19th or buy an all access pass.